Hello and welcome to a Dwarf Fortress video. I'm going to be doing something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. And you read the title, so you're probably wondering, what on earth is a Dwarven Ikea? Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to start by creating a new world, as usual. I'm going to stop it right after year 200. I don't want to go the full 250 because I want to maintain some kind of frame rate. We've got a couple of good civs here. A couple of them are dying, though. I'm going to go with this one, 4200. The queen is Melbil Orbcusps. Interesting name. 32 sites, 4200 population. The Ships of Bejeweling is the civilization name. They're in a pretty good spot, a little bit spread out here with a couple roads built. There is some goblin pits right around here, but we've got some rivers and mountains and woods nearby, so I think I'm gonna go with this one. So I've gone ahead and prepared my party. I've got standard 2 miners, a woodworker, a farmer, and a fishery worker, but I've also added an extra stoneworker and an extra carpenter. In terms of items, I'm traveling relatively light. Ignore the weird amount of wood, I'll explain that later. And in terms of animals, I'm only taking a couple turkeys and a couple dogs. So here we are at the Dwarven outpost of Orbblue. I picked a spot at an intersection of a couple of rivers with a little bit of elevation, and we've gotten lucky with a little bit of a waterfall here. Looks like we've got some decent soil, we've got some magnetite right here. Yeah, this should be a pretty good spot. So skipping ahead a little bit to the first caravan, and we have the beginnings of some surface fortifications here, as well as a small little watermill over here. We have some basic farms set up. We have the beginnings of a tavern next to the waterfall here. We have some stoneworkers and a carpenter set up, as well as a few very basic bedrooms down here. I did set up a temporary jeweler up here. I did find some rubies and sapphires while I was mining out the bedroom, so some decent value there, so I should have something to trade with here. I'm starting to collect some of the different wood types as well as some stone types for the primary project I'm going to be doing in this fortress, but I'm going to start work in earnest on that here in a few years after I get set up with defenses and basic industries and get a few migrant waves. Alright, so I'm in the middle of building some fortifications and I get an interesting notification up here. The goblin representative Zas Ushrirmeb is fighting. And item inaccessible. Okay, what's going on here? What have you done? The Goblin Beast Hunter's head takes the full force of the impact, bruising the muscle. The Goblin Beast Hunter's right lower arm takes the full force of the impact, but it is deflected by the Goblin Beast Hunter's sheep wool dress. That's a tough dress. Where is this at? Oh, that's where that's happening. Oh, hi there. Yeah, you fell over the waterfall, didn't you? Legendary mechanic. Interesting. What else you got going on? Legendary armor user. Oh, you're a pretty good goblin. Sorry that you're drowning, I guess. This visitor is ready to leave. Yeah, I bet you are. I bet you are. Let's watch you die here. Go on. Go ahead. Go ahead and drown. Or are you not drowning? Are you fine? Are you... what? Are you just gonna chill there until you starve to death? Is that what you're gonna do? Because you're not actively dying. You're not drowning or anything. You're... He is relieved being near to a waterfall. Okay, I guess. Well, I'm gonna leave you to that for a bit, I guess. Alright, I also messed up the watermill here. I didn't build the canal further enough up the river for it to actually give it enough water pressure to turn the mill. So I'm having to do a little bit of some fluid engineering here. Let's see if I can actually manage this without killing somebody. I'm gonna try to mine this one. Okay, actually, go pull that lever right now. Actually, I should have left that closed. Well, I needed to leave it open so he could mine it. But okay, there's that. Pull this one And then just have somebody here ready to pull this one to close this so we don't all explode when I do this. Okay. Pull the lever. Pull that lever right now. Pull that lever right now. Okay, we're good. It's fine. Just let that fill all the way. As long as this gets up to like 4, I think. No, you're not gonna work. You're not gonna work because that's still open because I messed that up. Okay. Okay, so what's happening is the wheel is turning like every 15 frames when it clicks up into 4 because it only needs 4. So every time it clicks up to 4, directly underneath the mill turns for like 2 frames and then it stops again. I really wish I hadn't messed that up. What I had done is I'd put in a floodgate here, and then I connected it to the lever. But when I pulled the lever, the floodgate wouldn't open. So I demolished the floodgate. But when I demolished the floodgate, I accidentally had a mining order set right here. So the second they cleared the floodgate, they mined that out and messed up the whole system. Yeah, I wish I hadn't done that, because now I don't have a functioning mill, and I just have this sitting here, and it's going to be there forever now. Okay, the more I look at this guy, the more confused I get, because he's friends with one of my dwarves and acquaintances with 2 others, so he is like an actual visitor. So he's talked to my dwarves at some point, which means he was in the tavern, but I don't know how, he fell through the fortifications into the water, I guess. Because the only other explanation is he was just getting to the fort, right? And he came from this direction, and he walked too close to the edge and he fell over. That's explanation number 1. That's the more likely one, or that was my idea of what had happened. But now I see he's friends with my dwarves, which means he talked to them at some point. So he was in the tavern, and he fell through the fortifications, which I genuinely didn't think was possible. I didn't think... Okay, well, he's clumsy. So I guess he did fall through the fortifications. Okay. Okay, so I looked it up on the wiki, and it's apparently a known bug. He didn't fall through the fortifications. He apparently jumped through the fortifications, which isn't supposed to be possible, but on the current build of the game, it is. So I guess he was just dancing super intensely, and he jumped, and he fell through the fortifications, and now he's going to starve to death down here. He had a birthday. He was 410 the last time I checked. Now he's 411. So he celebrated his birthday while actively starving to death in a river. I'm sorry, man. I wish I knew how to get you out, but I don't care that much about getting you out. I'll build you a really cool monument when you die. So I got a little bit lucky here. Turns out the cavern layer was 1 layer directly beneath my bedrooms. There's already some dead stuff down here. Yeah, some hoppers. But that's pretty close to my main fort, so a little bit worrying there, but it should be fine.
Foreshadowing as a narrative device.
And here come the troglodytes. Great. I just opened the caverns and already there's so many troglodytes. Okay, let's see what happens. They're all here. They are all here. That was a lot of troglodytes actually. Where are they? Are they just kicking around over here? Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Hopefully the troglodytes don't kill everyone. I mean, they haven't done anything yet, but oh nope, here they are. Well, it's just a dog and like 1. It's troglodytes in the tavern. That's typical Dwarf Fortress. Nothing bad ever happened when troglodytes got into the tavern. I just need to get it closed up quickly. I'm worried about these dogs. Yeah, that's worrying. The troglodytes limping back down to the cave, interrupted by a troglodyte. That's an inconvenience, I won't lie, but it should be fine, hopefully.
Foreshadowing is...
And we just got a human caravan. Not gonna lie, guys, not the best time in the world. We are kind of dealing with some stuff right now. Ugh. Yeah, we're kind of busy, guys. Can you come back in like a week? Well, the troglodytes killed my carpenter. That's actually really sad. Didn't you have a kid? I don't know. I think you had a kid somewhere. I guess I should probably build you a burial stone, right? Or a coffin at least. Yeah, there you go, man. Sorry you got killed by a troglodyte. That's my bad. Alright, guys, let's do a little bit of trading. Just ignore the 7 dead troglodytes right next to the trade depot, please. On the bright side, I have got the mill working finally. By messing around with some of the floodgates around here, I got it to fully pressurize. So now I can finally mill my dimple cups. Because I have no dimple cup seeds. I also have no plum helmet seeds. Why did... Oh, you ran out of barrels. Probably because my carpenter died and stopped making barrels. That's probably why. Oh, we just got our first Fey Mood. Where you at, bud? Hey there. Where are you going? What you up to? Oh, nothing. Alright, let's find out what you need. Okay, well, she's started making the artifact, but she's only got a single piece of chert. So this is going to be pretty simple. Yep, that's pretty bad. I literally have beds worth more money than that. Well, we're midway through year 3, and things are looking pretty good. We've got some decent surface defenses against any sieges. We've got automated food and clothing industries. We're starting work on a library and a couple temples. We've got all the troglodyte organs cleaned out of the tavern and replaced them with some naked goblin dancers and a blind plum helmet man who has been absolutely central to Fort Morale despite his apparent cannibalism. Old Zass has celebrated another birthday down at the bottom of the waterfall, and his incredibly pruny and malnourished body is a roadside attraction known across the region. We've picked up quite a few migrants, including a legendary musician, and we're starting to produce the resources needed to begin our little project in earnest.